or it's that my parents never got an education, so they do not see the
value.
need. Yeah. So all these are things that drive that conversation and steer my interest in exposing these kids to mentorship, because I myself am a product of mentorship. So I know what mentorship can do to these kids.
Hey everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie. It's Mwangi Monday and it's the 17th day of January. I have a guest in studio. Martina, please look at that camera, introduce yourself to our guests and then we can begin.
Thanks, Angie. Hi everyone, my name is Martina Aoko Adega, the founder and CEO of Tajizuri Foundation, a startup that works in Kenya, and I also double up as a program advisor for an organization called Tiny Totos Kenya. Thank you.
Wow, I love all that. So today we're going to talk about Tajizuri. So I met Martina on a pitch, a global pitch by EPR.
Yeah.
There was a pitch for, I think, for funds to enable you to execute your vision better. And you came first. So yay, congratulations.
Thank you.
You were the first winner. So I was I think I was really touched by what you said and spoke. So this is why I decided to do this. So what is Tajizuri? Why did you start it? And what is Tajizuri?
Well, Tajizuri is a foundation working within Kenya, especially Homa Bay County, the rural parts of Homa Bay County. Yeah, so our slogan is inspire, motivate, and encourage. And what we do as an organization is that first and foremost, it would be important to point out that we're working with schools, primary schools in the rural parts of Homa Bay County. And the main reason why I started Tajizuri is because I saw a gap in terms of education. So if you look at the trends of high school children, primary school children dropping out of school in Africa, it keeps on going up. And I specifically look at my home, Homa Bay. So Homa Bay is home for me. And my dad was a lover of education. And I remember he used to tell us the only thing you can ever give your child that no one can take away is education. And therefore, I've been passionate about mentorship, going back to schools and just talking to girls, because where I come from, those particular schools I'm working with, I noticed that there was an increase in the number of teenage pregnancies, dropouts, and not just girls. Now it's changed, because it's not just girls but also boys dropping out of school to become boda riders.
Yes, a lot of them become, they want to go into the business of boda riders.
Yeah, so I thought, why should, in the next 10 years, what would happen if we can count the number of graduates from university?
If we don't have an educated workforce.
Yes, and just looking at that particular trend gave me sleepless nights. Wow. And I kept on asking myself, what can I do? What else can I do? Because the chief, the local government, the local leadership kept on calling me back, Tina, come talk to these girls, come talk to these kids. And I remembered the words my dad used to say, education, the only thing you can ever give your child that no one can take away.
Is education. And it's amazing as I ask you, so what exactly do you do? Because as a foundation, there are many things that you can do, but sometimes it's good to do one thing. My dad was, I think, a DO in Homa Bay. That was his first posting. So I'm like, oh, wow. He's my late dad now, but he was a DO in Homa Bay. So that's amazing that would happen. But also education changed his life completely and totally. So Tess, I feel like I wish he had told us more how much education impacted his life. But when I look back now, when I was even just reading his story and his journey, education changed everything.
Yeah, education gives everyone a level playing field. Yeah.
Wow. So what do you do in terms of education? Do you go to the classrooms? What do you do? What's your solution to education in Homa Bay?
Well, I'd like to mention that I'm reimagining education by ensuring that I'm a Metis alumni, so all about reimagining education. Yeah, and how we're doing this is, one, ensuring that there's mentorship. So I get to work with quite a number of volunteers in different fields, careers. So what I do is invite them over to the schools. But first and foremost, before I even get to invite them, I usually go there myself talk to the kids and get to learn what are your most pressing needs. What are the things that are keeping you out of school? Why wouldn't you be in school 5 days a week? Why are you not performing well as much as you're in school 5 days a week? Just trying to get that. And it always ends up with a conversation on what do you want to be, where do you see yourself when you grow up. Some of them don't even know what they want to be.
So they don't have, is it a lack of vision? And is it now that there are too many problems that I can't see past my problems? Or is it I'm running ahead and I want to become, I want to earn money and live my own life? What is the core?
Well, I'd say that my wake up moment having these conversations with these kids have been child-led homes where I have to work to pay my fee to take care of my siblings. Then too, it's been, we are so poor that my parents tell me to go out and engage or sell myself so that I can come home with money. Or it's that my parents never got an education, so they do not see the
value.
need. Yeah. So all these are things that drive that conversation and steer my interest in exposing these kids to mentorship, because I myself am a product of mentorship. So I know what mentorship can do to these kids. And aside from that, I'm also looking at giving them life skills. What else can they do apart from staying in class and just learning? Learning doesn't have to be in class. It can also happen out of class. So equipping them, I'm a nutritionist by profession and passion. Yay, it's a nutrition. But I also believe that equipping someone with skills, because we don't always have to graduate and look for a job. We can create our own jobs.
Yes, become entrepreneurs.
So things such as urban farming technology, vertical gardens, chicken rearing. And aside from just it being a means of providing livelihood and a skill, I feel like the kids are also taught how to take responsibility from a very young age. So there's that, and there's career days, there's academic clinics, and all these things. And what I have come to learn is that many a times we come up with interventions that just target the learner and leave out the teacher and the caregiver or the parent. So what makes Tajizuri different is that for the teachers, we develop common interest groups. So in the schools I am working with, the teachers sit together, discuss what is it that you're doing differently? How are you able to influence your children's academic performance? What can we do together?
So they learn from each other. What are your successes? So I learn. What are your challenges? So I learn. And then you get ideas even from each other. That's a very good. So it's holistic.
Yes.
Okay. And then the parents, the caregivers.
Finally, the caregivers and the parents and the local administration. What we do is have community conversations and dialogue days, because I mean, if I didn't get an education, how will I see why it's important for my child?
I was going to say, what creates the conversion? What makes them? Because I know when you find people, they're in maybe a situation that is not exactly perfect, you know, things are hard at home, there's a poverty element, then you're telling me to sit here and read and nothing is going to happen, I need to go out there and make money. What happens? What's the conversion? Do they actually get conversion? And is it because of seeing your story or hearing you that they change their minds?
Well, what happens is these parents get, behavior change takes time. But one thing is that there are incentives. When you come for these conversations, we also get to interrogate you and see, and I usually bring in guys who are skilled in different areas. So we also get to do life skills and trainings for the parents so that they can be able to generate income for their food and non-food needs. So I think that has been the key driving force for these parents to be a part of these conversations.
And what about their children? Because I like that. I like that first you've involved everyone, the local administration, the parents, the teachers, and then the children themselves. So I feel like that's a win-win situation, because everybody is getting nourished, getting knowledge, mindsets are changing, they're getting new solutions. But so what has been the impact? What do you think makes the children change then?
Well, one thing that I am a girl just like them.
From Homa Bay.
From Homa Bay just like them. Went through school just like them.
Wow.
And we have real conversations about, Manze, Tina, I can't understand maths. It's a challenge. So I get to give them the hacks that worked for me. Because I was also not very good in math, but I had to get into study groups. So just having a common basis and bringing also these mentors who talk to them about different things, people who had struggles, people who saw themselves through schools.
who also paid for their own school fees.
Who also paid for their own school fee, has been an encouragement to the students. And now the fact that the teacher and the student are able to sit down and converse beyond academics, I'm facing this challenge. So that has also been a key driver or a game changer for us.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it. So what would you like to look at that camera and tell somebody about how you want them to support you at Tajizuri? Because we want them to support you. We really do. We want them to support you before I give my concluding remarks on why we're doing this.
Yeah. So for everyone who is out there, be it that you'd want to contribute by being a mentor, in case you have a few shillings you'd like to contribute as fee or scholarships to these kids. These are really needy kids who would be able to change their lives through acquiring an education. So kindly share our details, our email address, get into a conversation with us, talk to us. Let us learn how we can work together to just transform education, not just for that one child, but for Kenya and for Africa. Because education is the one thing that will ensure our generation, the coming generation, have a competitive edge and a chance to transform their lives.
Yeah, and I especially also love what you're doing, because they say in 2030, 50% of the world's population of youth will be on this African continent. So even as you're speaking, I'm thinking other people can pick up and start their own foundations. You can go back to your community and begin to engage that community and see what the problems are. And I love that Martina, she's an ordinary person, but this burden propelled her to go and do something, take action. I think there are very many burdens around us, but we don't take action. We just think, hey, the burden is too big, and anyway, wow, who's gonna do that? I don't know. Well, it's gonna be you. She says she had a burden which caused her sleepless nights, but there's only what she can do. But if each and every one of us pick up what we can do, then we'll do a lot. And that's what we're challenging you to do today. So Martina, it was really great to meet you. I'm really grateful that you won this award with the EPR Global Awards, and that you're getting this funding to help you to progress your vision further. But thank you also for being a good Kenyan, a good citizen even of Homa Bay, and a good citizen of this country, and just picking up the challenge and bringing solutions, because those people's lives will be changed forever. I think they already are, the student, the caregiver, and the teachers. And we really ask God to bless you greatly and do much more. And I know there's a lot of sacrifice that's involved that we didn't even talk about, but there's a lot of sacrifice that is involved, I can imagine.
There is the time, and before EPR, I've been funding everything from my own pocket. So yeah, it's been a journey, but it's a beautiful journey.
It is. And I guess it's just the beginning of the journey.
It is the beginning.
There's a lot more to unfold and to do. God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you.
All right. Pick up something. Let's go out there and solve and help people solve their problems, and even maybe just talk to them, Even just meeting people where they are and they just see that they've been noticed is great and important. God bless you. Have a really, really good week. Bye-bye.